never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Load. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic conversations with JT and Load. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's classic conversations with JT and Load. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Load. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's classic conversations with JT and Load. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Load. Conversations with JT and Load. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with JT and Load. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Load. Classic conversations with JT and Load. Never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Load. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic conversations with JT and Load. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Load. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Load. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's classic conversations with JT and Load. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Load. Conversations with JT and Load. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with JT and Load. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Load. Classic conversations with JT and Load. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Load. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic conversations with JT and Load. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Load. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Load. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Load. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Load. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is going. Classic conversations with JT and Low. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go.
Could have went with a large.
I'm hot. Hey. We made it. Tuesday night. Classic conversation with JT and Low. And there it is, my guy, Ask Cops in the back. He's in the back because if you can see, we got a full house tonight. It's a beautiful thing, man. But first of all, shout out to my man. You see, classic conversation with JT and Low and Ask a Cop. But JT's missing. Oh. JT's under the weather. He hit me up around 8 o'clock. Said, hey, man, I tried. But I told JT, stay out of Texas. Texas seems to be bad luck for man JT. He's 0 for 2. Stay out of Texas, JT.
Yep.
Well, that's going to be the test for you, buddy. But anyway, get well, man. I hope you feel better soon. But he left us with a full crew, all right? We got the Shell of a Man, stage play.
Woo, woo, woo.
Full cast in the building. But before we get into it, we always kind of like to do a quick little spin around. JT's not here, so I had a good week. No complaints. Don't really. Oh, yeah, where'd I go? We went to Chicago this weekend, so it was kind of cool. Nice. Yeah, I went to Chi-Town. It was nice, good weather. We didn't win our tournament, but, we had a good time and didn't get shot. Didn't even get shot at. Didn't have to run from nothing. So it was all good.
You didn't live in Chicago.
Yeah, man. Nobody said no sets, no nothing. So it was all good. Went downtown. It was real nice. Hadn't been to Chicago since, probably a kid, man. So it was my real time. First time really getting to see the city, and it was very interesting. They're a real city. A lot of skyscrapers in Chicago. I'm talking about you do like this the whole downtown, just looking up.
Michigan Avenue.
Yeah, Michigan Avenue, the whole nine. So it was cool. How was your weekend there, Ask a Cop?
I'll throw one back at you like JT normally would. I'll pretend I'm him today.
You gonna pretend you into that? Go ahead.
Skip all that stuff you did in Chicago. Did your son do his attend his first Army game yet?
No. It ain't time for the game yet. But they're gonna be going to. I think they're in Philadelphia. He told me. Actually, let me ask you, brought my son up, and for those that don't know, my son is at West Point. So I'm very, very, very proud of that.
All right.
His first year at West Point.
That's what's up.
So he did a surprise visit. He came home this weekend, and of course he does a surprise visit when I'm in Chicago.
Wow.
So surprise, right?
You wasn't even there.
Yeah, I wasn't even there to enjoy it. I did get home on Sunday, got to spend a little time with him Sunday night. Just enough time to watch him and his brother play Madden for a couple of hours, and then I had to go to bed because I've been up for 21 straight hours, so I was a little tired. But I did get to spend a little time with him, so that was real cool. And then my oldest son was there from UGA, so they want you to do a mic check. Not yet. So yeah, man, he came home this weekend, so it was real cool. They had the whole fam in the house for a brief moment. And the coolest part about it, y'all, was that when I realized he was coming home and he was flying, I said, who paying for it? Because he didn't hit me up for no money.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, I did. I said, yes.
I know that's right. All day.
Right. He got a couple of them West Point checks in, and he used it to make his own way home. So I was proud of that young man.
Nice.
And he's been gone 2 days and still ain't asked for the money back. So I'm even prouder. Yeah, he's having a good time, man. He said it's a lot of tedious work. It's very, very busy. They stay very, very active. He looked really, really good, man. He lost a lot of weight. His face was thin out. It was, it was really cool to see. But he's enjoying himself. It's his calling. You know what I mean? He found his niche, so I'm extremely happy for him. They did one little career days a day where they brought in all the tanks and the helicopters and the choppers. Everything was there on the base, so they got to go experience all that stuff. So it was kind of cool. So yeah, he's having a good time, man. Having a good time as much as you can have a good time for running every day and a whole lot of reading, a lot of work. It's a lot of work. He said they do reading, and more reading.
Wow.
So, but it's cool. I said we at church. Pass the plate like you used to do.
That plate ain't gonna be in church.
Yeah, I know, right? One more bottle of water, days. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
You got the alcohol with Sprite. Whose is this? Oh, okay.
My bad.
I know you. Oh, point of staying out the camera. I got you. All right.
Always drink water.
As you can tell, as always, we tell y'all, we live. Everything. Yeah. You know what I mean? It just goes down in here.
Ain't nothing scripted.
Ain't nothing scripted in here. Y'all know something about that, huh?
All unscripted.
Just saying, though.
How about that? How about that?
Absolutely.
So listen, we're gonna jump right into it. You know, ran a little late getting everything together, what have you, but we in here. We got a big cast. We get extra microphones, so appreciate everybody bearing with us. But let's chop it up with the shell of a man.
Woo! Yes, indeed.
So, Miss Tina, I'm gonna let you get it started with the
Okay.
introductions. You can introduce yourself and then pass the buck, or let everybody introduce themselves individually, however you want to do it. But
Yeah.
go for it.
Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Tina B. I'm the producer, creator of this amazing unscripted stage play, The Shell of a Man, produced back in 2019. We have this will be our 7th running show going on this year. 2019, we started out. 2020, we had to chill for a little bit because of COVID. 21, we came back out a little bit smaller, so now it's 22. We back outside, and we trying to bring this play back so y'all can check it out. We will be live September 25th at 4 p.m. at Good Vibes Event Hall in Riverdale, Georgia. That's Georgia Highway 85, 138. Right off, it's 1256 Georgia 138 in Riverdale, Georgia. Right behind the Shell gas station, right off of Highway 138. If you know about Riverdale, you know 138. So it's the Shell station. It sits right behind there. But tickets on sale right now, $25. Go get those tickets. Support this cast. And like I said, it's all unscripted stage play, which means everything you see here is off the top of their domes. I don't tell them anything. I just kind of give them direction on which way, what the show is about. But then everything's on stage is what they come up with. So I'm in the audience looking at it for the first time as well. So I don't even know what they're going to say, but they pull it off every single time. We had like 5 sold out shows, I think it is. So it's just amazing how all this comes together about the shell of a man. Now let me explain the shell of a man. First of all, before the cast introduce themselves. The shell of a man is about a man who, as a woman, when you're dating, you meeting different guys and you realize that a lot of them look good, but the outside is just a shell. The inside is damaged from a lot of problems that they went through as a kid that they haven't gotten over. So they don't know how to love. They don't know how to treat you. They don't know how to respect you because of, hold on, microphone. I hear you back now, all up in here. But so as you start dating, you realize that a lot of these guys don't know how to love you. So you're asking yourself, what's wrong with me? When the whole problem is not with you. Sometimes it's with the guy who don't know how to love you or how to respect you or how to treat you. So because of past things that they went through as a kid, things that they seen their father do, alcohol abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, depression, alcoholism, molestation, jealousy. Those are some of the subjects that we touch on, and the dreamer who's always coming up with different ideas. And so, and the woman who's got his back as he's going through all these different ideas. Because as y'all know, we trying to support y'all, but dang, man, you gonna keep coming up with stuff. So, but that's what The Shell of a Man is about. This stage play is about 7 men, where they started, how it affects their wives, and how they can do better. And this is an amazing stage play that touches a lot of people in the audience. A lot of the women see their man and those men on that stage. A lot of the men see themselves on that stage. So it helps a lot. It's very therapeutic for me. I found my man too, hey. Because I was able to understand what a man goes through. When y'all come home, y'all want at least 30 minutes just to sit down and chill. Nobody say anything to me. I just want to, eat my food, watch TV, scroll on Facebook, whatever. Give him that time. So I had to learn that. And a lot of times we think, oh, you don't want to be bothered with me, but they just need some time to just deactivate. So
That's
depressed. What you call it? Digress, I guess. Decompress. Thank you. So it's a lot of times you have to realize that. So the main thing that I say is shut up and listen. If women would just shut up and listen, a man will tell you everything you need to know. So right now I'm going to shut up and let my cast introduce who they are. You agree? If we shut up and listen, y'all will tell us. So, my name is Brenda. Whoa. It fell out. It fell.
I know the man did it, right?
Yeah. You saw it.
Okay, my name is Brenda Devone, and I've been here since day one with this play. So, but I have different roles. My first initial role was the wife of the alcoholic.
Was with JT.
And it's been successful. We've been able to tell stories from different aspects of being married to an alcoholic, because I was at one point, so I have experience in that. But this play is not to beat down on women at all. It's to show the different obstacles they go through and the women that support them. So I'm Brenda DeBone, and this time around, I'm a filler, for any role that I'm needed for, and I'm also going to do
Host. The red carpet and all that good stuff. So, yeah.
Hey everybody, this is Nisa K, and I am honored to be a part of this amazing play. I am the wife of depression. This is my husband right here. He's depressed.
New husband.
Oh yeah, this is my third husband.
Is it a third husband? Oh wow. Okay. Who really depressed around here?
Yeah.
Right. Right.
We drinking together to be. I have the coat myself.
We started with comedian Tiny. We love Tiny. We love you.
Tiny.
Tiny. Y'all should keep praying for Tiny. He's doing good. He called me yesterday. So y'all keep praying for him.
Good deal. Good deal. Good to hear that.
One can't leave out Sean, because then he'll have
Sean.
something.
Yeah, Sean.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
then this is my third husband right here.
Damien.
Praise be to God. All right. As my sis said and as Tina said, this is an uplifting, life-changing play. Every time we do the play, we do a Q&A at the end, and we get responses from the men and the women. Both either see themselves or see, and definitely see how to react and respond either within themselves or with their significant other. So it's not anything to beat anybody down at all. It's something to uplift, because we do have a lot of our kings walking around here, and they have this twisted way of thinking about dealing with their emotions, because as kids, they fall down and hurt themselves. It's like, suck it up. Don't cry. Don't do nothing.
Yeah.
So as you a boy. So as an adult, now they out here got to deal with us as grown-ups, and we're looking for you to be emotional and deal with us, and they don't know how. So this play is just to give people a look at how to handle that.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad to be a part of this cast. And before I go into my sermon, I'm gonna pass it on to the next person.
And before you do that, I tagged the Facebook page to yours, so if anybody's following Tina, y'all can see the actual live footage that everybody else sees, so you can share it to all your friends, so they can check y'all out while y'all live on the show.
Nice.
Okay.
Awesome.
Nice.
Real quick, before we move on, I got a question for Tina.
Let me pause.
Not yet.
Not yet, we gonna let them all go
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
How y'all doing? My name is Damian Leaks, a.k.a. Rockstar Life. This is my first time doing this play, ever. The last time that I was around Tina, I was filming the play for her, doing a film for her.
Yeah.
And then now I'm on the play.
Yeah.
So that's a blessing in
An
itself.
amazing actor,
And
too.
thank you for the recognizing of the talent. This show is the last deep. Time that I, as the guys are doing this show, now I'm on the play. It's deep. That's a because it's going to touch certain emotions that we got to bring out. You know what I'm saying? So it's a great show. Go check it out. I'm honored to be a part of this cast. I'm honored for what it represents.
Turn that volume down.
Check it out. I'm honored to black men do not get represented the way that we need to. We're usually represented when we're doing high life stuff, or we up on top, or we're doing all the way bad and everybody can clown us. But when that door is closed and you go in your house, and you close that door and you with your wife and your girlfriend or your children, there's a whole nother person at the door and you with your wife, and nobody ever embellishes that. Nobody talks about it. So this was genius, and I do thank y'all. Thank y'all for having me on the podcast, and just about to take this adventure to where see how it goes. Shout out to the Virgos' birthday with my birthday was just Saturday.
Happy birthday, my brother. Happy belated birthday,
We
bro.
don't care. We don't
Happy belated
care.
birthday, my brother.
My God, I thought we gonna. No. Going on, Fabian.
How you doing? My name is Fabian. I'm the baby of the bunch. This is all new to me, and I wanted to send a big shout out to BJ. With his growth, it gave me an opportunity to be a part of it.
Yeah, shout out to BJ. It's his wedding anniversary that night, so he can't be here, but Fabian, come through.
Thank you. And I always wanted to work with Tina, so it's a big blessing. But I got this new product.
Oh,
no.
There he go.
He's the dreamer.
It's good for women, like when you're on the road and you're traveling and you just want to just keep traveling, but you got to handle your business.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Baby, you got to make sure it makes
I'm the
money.
dreamer. And, I got this new invention. I want to put it out there, though. And you just sit on it. Like you sit on the trolley. And you can buy it and purchase it.
Show them the brochure, bro.
Look, the
Instructions and all.
Sit on my face.
No.
Right here.
My goodness.
And this is the face of hope and safe travels.
That's the dreamer.
That's Fabian.
That's the dreamer.
Fabian is also new to the stage play with us as well. Like I said, because BJ Bowman, he is traveling a lot, and that's his wedding anniversary, so he can't be here. Shout out to Skylar, who can't be here as well. So Vitel or Miss Brenda DeBone will be playing that part as the dreamer's wife on that night as well. So
Okay. I get an option. I thought it was a dream.
Right.
A dream come true right now.
Done.
Hey, this your brother Don. What's going on? And
Welcome back, brother.
Welcome back, man. Second time around, right? Man, it's third time tonight, huh?
How about that?
Good to see you, man. And I'm proud to be here. I'm very honored. But I'm jealousy. And I'm quite sure all of y'all are familiar with that. Jealousy is something, it's very dangerous. Very, very dangerous, man. And if you know anyone that has a jealousy streak, advise them to get some type of help. Because I've seen some very detrimental situations, man, dealing with jealousy. And I have a story with my little situation, but that'll come later on when we get ready to have some more conversation. And I explain it all to you.
All right.
Cool.
Last but not least, certainly, I'm your girl Kiki. And my trifling ass husband.
Whoa.
Is no, seriously. I am the wife of the segment for molestation. And although I have never been through being molested, of course we know people that have been molested. And as a man who's able to, for one, go through it, but to tell his story is something in itself, very special. It hits home to, I know, a lot of people, because as men, who wants to stand up and say that they had been molested as a man? And then you're trying to find your way, trying to find yourself, not knowing whether or not you're a man, you want men or you want women, so you become promiscuous, a lot of different things. I'm not going to, spill it and put it all out there. You have to come to the show to actually find out exactly, what happens. But I, too, am very honored to be a part of this spectacular play. I've been here from day one, and I intend on being here until the wheels fall off. It's amazing. Just as the whole panel has already discussed, people at the end of each play have said, I am either one of those people, I'm all of those people. I know somebody who's gone through it, and then they have those rides, those talks on the way home in the car.
Yep.
And they've actually called us back. They've, said something to the cast members about, hey, I was there, and that was me. And I've had this conversation, and it's very therapeutic, and it's very healing. So you guys really should, if you haven't seen it yet, you really should come out and check this play out.
Yeah, check it out. This is my second wife. I'll tell you about jealousy. Something else, man.
Yes, his wife is played by Miss Akella, so shout out to Miss Akella. Also, T. Cool is in this stage play. Him and Shania, she's a new actor on the play as well.
My husband, Michael Anthony.
Yes, he couldn't be here tonight as well. And also, Osunji and JT are the married couple in this play. And it's hosted by Sister JJ. So
And
it's gonna be a great.
Garrett
Mr.
Patterson.
Garrett Patterson.
And Garrett and Kayvon couldn't be
Oh,
here as
yeah.
well. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're missing a few people. And also give a shout out to Mr. Outley, who's been the voice of the stage play,
Yeah,
who's
man.
been the host through all 6 plays. So he can't be here on the 7th one, but Matt, shout out to him.
Yeah.
So he is definitely the voice. He'll forever be the
Awesome
voice
brother,
of the
man.
stage
Awesome
play.
brother.
So, absolutely.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I just want to say something.
Okay.
I've been wanting to say it. I am so glad y'all went around the room because I was getting ready to roast.
Why?
I got to take my hat off. It's like I can feel the vibe of the whole thing. And like I thought it was going to be one of those male bashing things.
Oh,
Where it
no.
started off. Like I said, I'd have put my
too
foot
old
all
for
the way
that.
in my mouth. But I will say this, what made you, because this is so different. I've never
Yeah.
seen, I love plays.
Okay.
I've never seen a play on this type of format. So what made you what was the creativity that hit you to say, I'm going to do this? Was it a need? Was it something personal? Or?
Something personal.
Okay.
Yeah, it was something personal. I was doing actually another play, and I'm good at learning plays, learning scripts. And I learned the whole script, and I missed a couple of words one day, and she was on me about those 2 words. And I was like, you know what? I learned this whole script. I know everybody else's lines, everything, but you tripping on 2 words. So I said, if I do a play, then I'm going to do it with no script, where people can just do their real. Because when you learn the script, you lose who you are, and because you're focused on the words. So I can do I was doing the play, but the words was missing. 2 or 3 words was missing. So then I got nervous every time I talked.
Right.
Now I'm losing who
Yeah,
I am.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
Allow you to be emotional.
Right.
Your emotions when you're improv, you're saying what you're feeling.
Feel-
at that
really
moment
feeling, yeah.
In that situation.
absolutely. So I said that if I do it, I was gonna do it unscripted, and that's where we are right now.
So, first, let me throw a couple comments on there. She said she wishes she was closer to see the play. And the Supreme Uncle says, I commend the cast and the purpose of the play. The play addressed a number of serious issues. I wish you all success.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
So, how long have you been doing plays, and where did this play bug come from?
2019. That's when I did this is the first stage play.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I did another play called What Do You Want to Eat? It was about women can't make a decision on what they want to eat. How can you make a decision on what kind of man you're looking for? So we did that stage play, and it turned a movie. It's an award-winning movie as well. So yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't get a sample?
Yeah, I'll say this.
What? Of the play? Oh, well, this is a married couple right here. So they do depression. So if y'all want to give us a little something.
Well,
Okay.
I'm definitely looking forward to coming
Hold on,
to see y'all.
they about to do an improv.
Who, babe? What's going on? What's all of this stuff in the floor? What? I thought today was gonna be a better day. Oh my God, what's going on? What's wrong?
Better
What's
for what?
happening?
Better for who?
Better for you.
What are you talking about?
What? I'm talking about your whole demeanor. Like what's going on? I thought we were going. Did you go to the therapy session I set up for you?
Therapy? Who the hell go to therapy?
I thought we agreed that you were going to start doing therapy.
No, see, I'm out here trying to get some money, pay these bills, take care of the kids. You out here bombarding me about some therapy, man. Ain't nobody got no time for no therapy.
It's because I've just noticed how your whole attitude about life, about us, has just changed. And you won't talk to me, so I figure if you go and talk to somebody else that's not me, perhaps.
I'm
That
talking
maybe
to
it's-
I'm talking to somebody.
Who you talking to?
Mary Jane and Tequila. Like these are my therapists. What are you talking about? Shit,
They're
they
not-
understand me. What are you talking about? They don't do all that back talking. They don't tell me to do nothing but what I want to do.
They're not helping.
Oh, they helping me.
No.
I'm tuning you out right now, so they helping
Wow. See, that's the problem. You tuning me out. You tuning the kids out. Like what
me.
happened?
Have you
were
seen your kids? You don't tune them out?
my kids.
Man, every time I turn around, it's a bill. They need this. You need that. I'm trying to find a job. Ain't nobody calling me back. My friends who was down for me, they don't even answer the phone. My dad done died. Nobody got their saying if I'm okay. I done tried to start businesses, rap careers, roach business, nothing working. So I don't
said a
know
roach
what
business.
you talking about, man. Nothing working for me, so I don't even care no more.
All right, y'all don't give him nothing else. That's finna get into it too. Depression.
Had to throw the roach business.
Roach bill.
Oh man.
You've been talking to Fabian.
Wait a minute. Okay. You and Fabian need to stop hanging out.
That dream over there. That's boy.
Leave that dreamer
This is
alone.
fun.
Dreamer
Just for the
hanging.
cast, I'm definitely feeling it. That was cool. Now, this is just from when everybody went around. I don't know if anybody wants to share, but everybody comes up with their own improv, correct?
Yes.
So,
With direction.
We get the subject,
Direction.
like
Subject
I
line
gave
go
them
from there.
depression,
Okay.
and it's crazy because when I gave them the subjects, some of them actually went through that, which I didn't
that's
even
how-
know that.
That's okay.
So, yeah.
Piggyback on that.
Yeah.
How
So
many of you drew inspiration on your bits from your personal experience, if you don't mind sharing? You know,
I
as
think
a person?
everybody. I
Everybody.
think everybody.
And actually, like I said, my husband, who's not here to defend himself, but he's actually gone through what ours is about, the molestation part. And again, just hearing his story, like I say, because it's unscripted, you don't know how it's gonna come out, when it's gonna come in. And initially, like, we've had to shut rehearsals down
It's emotional, man.
because
It's emotional.
again,
I can feel it just-
we have to shut rehearsals down because of the emotion.
Yeah.
Even the topic itself,
Yeah.
and then knowing someone that's actually gone through it, him being able to share his story, and then me being the wife having to deal with,
Real
why he's doing what he's doing and the reasoning behind it, and still having to love him in spite of.
Right.
I wish he would have came because that takes courage. I'm just
Oh
saying.
my goodness, yes.
Hey,
And the crazy part about it, people come up to him after and say, "That's me."
yeah,
Right.
And
yeah.
and after seeing him, they was like, they felt better, or they could tell whoever they need to tell what they're going through. And one lady told me, she was like that her husband drinks, and then he gets depressed, and then he beats her. So
he's
it was like,
three
it's
or
a
four
woman,
of them.
it's a man, it's a woman husband that's going through three of those, 7 of those,
Yeah.
all,
Yeah.
so it helps a lot of people.
And to piggyback, I literally lost my dad last year to stage 4 colon cancer. So he was my OG. I'm in my 40s. So we think we know what we can handle.
Right.
Because we think we grown.
Yeah.
Until
Real
you
talk,
really
bro.
get put in your place with life and you got to
Real
face
talk,
that.
bro.
Yes, sir.
And you
Yes,
got to
sir.
live with it. You know what I'm saying? So for her to choose depression, for me, that triggered. It triggered because I went through a year of it. You know what I'm saying? So, it's real topics that really affect your everyday life. You know what I'm saying? It really does. And it carries on hereditary to your offspring.
And it's
Right.
nothing, and it ain't nothing but God, because for her to be able to decipher the cast members that she did, and she put us all in a chat. This is like the first crew.
Yeah.
And she said, I want y'all to do this for me. If y'all can't do it, I understand. She put us all in there, and we stayed there. Some people, moved on or whatever, but initially that's how it went. And not
Yeah.
knowing that these men and some
Dealt
of the
with
women
that.
had gone through the particular
Subjects.
subjects that she chose.
Yeah.
So that was a question I was going to ask you, Tina, was how did you assimilate the cast? I mean, what's the process of that? And
Yeah.
then how did you decide who was going to do what?
Say what? Like she said, I just put them all in the chat, Facebook chat, and said, I'm doing this play. I want to do this stage play. It came to my head. The Shell of a Man came to my head first. And I said, okay, I want to do this stage play. I picked the ones who I've been acting with because I do movie shorts a lot. So I act with them a lot. So I put all them in a chat, said, hey, I'm doing this stage play. I want y'all to be a part. If you don't want to be a part, get out. And they was like, nah, we down. We down with you. So once I got them, it was Tiny. I know Tiny, go through depression. Comedy and depression kind of go hand in hand. And then, JT with the drinking a little bit, I figured that would be good for him. And at that time, I didn't know about Michael and It was somebody else that I didn't. Physical abuse.
Garrett.
Garrett was the physical abuse. I think he knew somebody that went through that. Michael told me about his situation, and then T. Cool with mental abuse, which he kills mental abuse. Everybody hate him when they leave because he. And the crazy part about it, that's not even T.
He's
Cool.
totally
He is
out.
such a gentleman that it's hard to watch him just degrade her like that. But he played that part really, really good, and he have to say, hey, this ain't me, you know what I'm saying? So, but I don't know. I just told them the subject matters, and they pulled from that, or they knew somebody that dealt with it that they could pull from, that they seen it before. Their mom get beat, or their dad on alcohol or drugs or whatever the case may be. So, and I just keep adding subjects too. Like jealousy was new. It wasn't when we first started. So I added jealousy
too,
to
'cause
it.
I lost a friend over jealousy.
Yeah.
To cut you off, but it's something serious, man. But at the end of the day, you need help. You got to get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So what was it about jealousy though? What was it about it that where did you? Because you say you lost a friend. What was it about it that?
The situation was one of my best friends, man. He was dealing with a situation with his girlfriend, man, and there was another cat got involved, and she went missing around. He went looking for her, and he ended up word for word that she was messing with such and such, and he went to go kill him, but he wasn't there at the house. Luckily, his mom was there, so he wasn't there. So what he did was he went back home to his girlfriend, which was my classmate's sister, right in front of the house, in front of all the kids outside playing. He shot and killed her and trying to kill himself in front of the kids. So, I mean, I said, man, jealousy it's a very, very traumatic situation, man. You know what I'm saying? It's very dangerous. Look at Cain and Abel, man. You gotta think about
This
that.
play is an outlet to allow people to talk. It's an open door because a lot of people don't talk about things. Right. And once they see we play it out and show you how we feel and what some of us have gone through and experienced, and then people really, because I had a few phone calls and texts saying, you know what, just like everybody else, that allowed me to have this conversation because I didn't have an open door for the conversation about what I went through. I didn't know how to start the conversation. And after seeing the play with my other half, I was able to, that door was open for me to talk. It's a lot of times simply talking about it eases the pain. It helps talking about it.
Yeah,
So,
that piggyback on what Kiki said earlier, that ride home was serious after that play because a lot of people gave that opportunity to say, so which one are you? You know what I'm saying? And then the guy would say, that I'm that person or that person, and it's like, well, how did that make you feel? Because the whole point of the play is for the guys to touch the guys and the women to touch the women, because it's a lot of women that's sitting out here who's dealing with that, but she don't know how to explain it to him, how it makes her feel. And he don't even realize it's making her feel that way.
Right.
So now he see himself on stage like, damn, that's how my woman be feeling. I be tripping, That's how she feels, embarrassed and, put down and all these things. When he don't even realize that. He just doing what he always thought he's supposed to do. Not knowing
Sometimes
that.
you don't realize you're going through something till you see a mirror of it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Sometimes you got to see that mirror and go, dang, that was me today. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't know that till you saw the mirror. You were just living through it. You know what I'm saying? So.
And the young lady that played the physical abuse, she actually went through that. So she always have to, that'd be something to add. Just in rehearsal, she have to come all the way down just to get past it. But because of how deep it is with the physical abuse. But she and Garrett played that part amazing. Like,
Too well.
Yeah, I know a lot of people have to go out the room, and it's some people like this. The whole segment is just tight till it's over with, and then they release themselves. That's just how deep it is to everybody in the audience.
Has it been therapeutic for the cast members as far as exercising your demons, and so you're coming back because it helped you and you want to help others? I'm just going on a limb there. Something like that?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I have.
I can see the enthusiasm. We've had other casts here, and this is, you guys are glowing. I really
It's serious because, like I said, but dealing with the topic of jealousy, I got a co-worker, man. He his wife, girlfriend rather, she has ability to be able to hire and fire a person. I work in the warehouse or whatever, but he has a track on her phone. So me, her, and my supervisor, we left for lunch one day, and her phone rang. He was like, "Well, where you at?" He said, "Well," she said, "I'm going to lunch." He said, "Well, who you with?" He said, "Why you ask that?" He said, "Because I hear voices in the background." I mean, that's something serious, man. I mean, not only men, you got women jealous too.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know what I mean? It's universal. It's very universal.
Yes. Toxic is serious.
Very toxic. Yes.
Hold on 1 second, cast member. I think we got a phone call. Caller, go ahead.
People, what's going on, man? It's JT.
Hey.
What's up?
Yo, I've been in and out of it, man, trying to get myself right. I'm supposed to be flying to Puerto Rico tomorrow, so I got to get myself right so I can get on this plane.
Oh, you called the
He
break.
ain't learned. He ain't learned.
So, yeah, man, I wanted to call in and thank y'all for coming in. Coming in, even though I'm not there. I'm acting like I'm there. But, appreciate y'all coming through talking about the show. Just wanted to put it out there to everybody that's looking at it, that's listening to the show right now. This show is for men. I think I just heard Damien talk about the mirror. That's what this show is for. Hopefully we can have men look at this and see themselves on it. If they don't see themselves on it, they see somebody else on it and they can actually talk to them about it. So it's really a therapeutic show. And I'm hoping that, the masses will recognize that and come on out and check it out.
Indeed. Thank you, JT.
Oh, yeah, JT.
Shout out to Tina B.
Hey, JT.
Yo.
I want to say congratulations, too, man. I saw that I finally watched Tales, man. I saw you and your wife were happy of the conviction.
You didn't see me now? You see me on the yard? Did you see me on the yard?
You on the yard?
I'm on the yard. I'm on the yard with your boy, man.
That's what's up. Yeah. That's what's up. Yeah, man. I saw JT, congratulations, man. You and your wife, y'all did it. I finally watched Tales last night.
Oh, okay.
Appreciate it. Hey, while y'all at it, y'all get a chance, man, check out Heart for Jesus. I haven't looked at it yet. Hopefully I'll be fit enough to where I can download it and watch it on the plane tomorrow, but I am in that also. So, maintenance man cleaning up the sign at the church, kicking it with Sterling. So get a chance, check that out.
That's what's up, brother.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, man.
Well, back to
go take your
therapy for me.
medication.
Okay. Go get some bed. Go to bed.
All right, we'll talk later. I'll hit you up later, Lo.
All right, bro.
All right.
Safe travels, brother. Safe travels.
So, now you said you were behind the camera initially.
Yes, I was. She called me. I've been knowing Tina for a minute, so every time she has an opportunity, she hits me up. We get together. We make something happen. We've interviewed each other on each other's shows. So I was, it had started my new film company. So I was like, I do commercials and stuff. So she was like, why don't you come and film it? So I'm filming it, but I'm watching it.
Right.
And I'm going,
That's what I want to know.
whoa.
How was that experience?
Yeah, I saw about 3 or 4 of me. No lie. I did. I can't lie. You know what I'm saying? I did. And it just, it makes you feel some type of way.
Yeah.
And not a bad way. It makes you say, as a black man, damn, I got to change some things.
Yeah, change.
Yeah.
I got to change some things, man. Like, if somebody can reenact what I do every day to my girl.
And not know you.
I don't know you.
And don't know you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Real
You know what
talk.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it makes you look inside yourself real deep and say, and imagine I had to edit this.
Right.
So
You
I'm
had to
watching
keep looking
parts.
over and over.
Sentences they saying is triggering to me. I'm like, I don't want to edit this.
That Michael Jackson came out, the man in the mirror.
Yeah, it was a big mirror effect.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
for her to be able to ask me the next time, be a part of it was just phenomenal. I appreciate it.
No problem. No
And it's
problem at all.
therapeutic for what you were saying. Like,
I think it's because of the colors.
this is going to be basically my first time ever addressing depression or my dad dying, like, publicly. So it's going to be my first time. It's therapeutic for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's a two-way street with this, and it's brilliant. You know what I'm saying? It's genius.
So you literally, Tina, give them just the direction. I mean,
Look at his hand. Look at his hand, y'all.
yeah, man,
He's trying to figure this thing.
this is incredible when you think about it. Now, keep in mind, I've seen it before because you did it at Uptown.
Yes.
But I didn't realize, JT's always said it, but you literally just giving direction
Yeah.
and they just going
Go.
for it.
I'm watching it for the first time too.
So every show is different.
Every show, yes. We
Never
have
the
people
same,
come
my
5
brother.
times, and I was like, "Oh, the Shelf of a
Told you
Man
my
made you
second wife.
come 5 times, huh?" But yeah, we have people that have came 5 times to watch the show because each time
yeah.
is different. They'll say something different.
And you don't know what
So.
to expect.
Yeah.
So you want to come because you know it's going to be different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they show up and sell out
It's the
every
gift
time.
that keeps giving.
Yeah.
Right. But another
Uh-oh,
thing, though,
somebody said bring it to VA. Okay. Hey, send me a
another thing-
location. We'll be there.
you make it sound easy, like she just say, "Hey, do this," and then that's it. But if you don't do what she appreciates, she gonna be like, "Nah, that's
Yeah,
not."
that's right.
That's
She
right.
gonna tie you up now. She gonna
She give you
She gonna tie
direction.
you up
She don't just
Yeah, that's the
give you
question I
emotion.
had.
She give you. She's like, no, dig deep. Relate to somebody. This is your task right here, and she give you that.
Because
And
a lot
so
of
as an
time
actor,
people-
that's good.
A lot of times people are acting.
Right.
I don't want you to act.
I want you to feel it.
This is every day. Like me and you talk right now. That's what I want. That's what I want you to bring. That's why people feel it so much. Because it's not acting. I can write it down. I can't tell you to be like, I can't tell you to do that emotion. You just gonna do that emotion. If somebody say something, you're gonna automatically do that. I can't write that down. So that's what I wanted people just to feel that emotion.
Really?
And in the audience, it's me. I see me up there. So that's why people feel it so deeply.
And shout out to the women because they bring that out of the guys when we're doing this in real time. You see what I'm saying? It's very, the sisters are very influential for this play because their reaction or the way they set up the plot sets the stage for us to go and show our emotion.
Yeah.
So without them, this show wouldn't even exist because you need them.
Yeah, because the whole point is to show the man how they act and then how it affects the woman. And then they do a monologue at the end of how they can do better. Right. So that's the whole 3 stages of the play.
Tina, I have another question for you. This is kind of stirring the pot a little bit. That's what I do on the show. But
I love it.
how do you handle it when, say, if the topic was your old man beach and rape shit night, and there's 3 people want that part? How do you, as a director, to pick the part, or do you just throw it up in there and whoever catches it catches, or you have certain things that's more geared towards an individual? How do you do that?
If I have a part,
Like a topic, say the topic is like the alcoholic. Do you allow them to pick their parts, or do you?
no, I give them the part.
Okay, so you see something in that person.
Yeah, and give them
Okay.
that part.
Yeah, so I was curious. So, what happens if it's like, say, if I wanted to be the alcoholic, but you picked him to be alcoholic? Do you let him?
You can't do it, no,
Okay.
unless he's not there.
Okay.
Yeah. But those people that came in as those parts are the people that's playing those parts.
So, do you ever have anybody on your cast say like, I've experienced that, so I would like to do that on another show, or how does that work?
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
No. No, nobody have said that. That's a good question. No. They play the parts that they have. I'm sure they experience that though, but they see that person playing that part, they just, let that person play that part. You know what I'm saying? Right. They cool with what they're playing. But I'm sure they experience some of these other subjects as well.
Number one fan wrote in, a writer myself, when I wrote the rape scene in my book, The Time Is Right, which is a great book, by the way. Y'all should check it out. I had to tap into a very dark place that's in all of us. It took me 2 days to recover just from writing it.
Yeah. I can believe it.
I believe that.
Because I didn't realize what I had until we had rehearsal. And somebody looked at me and said, "You got something." And I was like, wow. I didn't even know. I just know I wanted to do a play, and it was called The Shell of a Man. That's all I know. But when we did rehearsal and everybody had to keep taking a moment, and I was like, I'm going to have like some psychiatrists or something on set, to bring everybody back, because the mental abuse is so deep and the physical abuse so deep. And people had to just get back into their heads for a minute. So I didn't realize what I had, to be honest with you, until we did. To have 6 shows in Atlanta, we didn't even go anywhere. Right here in Atlanta, South Side, North Side, East Side, back to the South Side. People want to see it over and over
Next
again.
question: when you put it on the road?
We tried to in 2020, and then COVID hit, and we got.
My birthday.
We was on our way to Mississippi and Tennessee, I think it was.
Mobile,
Alabama and Tennessee.
Hometown, yeah.
Yeah.
Headed to Alabama.
Yep.
So what is the goal of the play? What is the goal of
I want to keep traveling. People want me to do a movie, but I want to keep traveling with it. I love the
Intimacy.
The intimacy of it, because we break the wall. You can talk to the people. You can touch the people. We're right up on you. You can touch. You feel like you can help them. So I love that feeling of it all. It's like a black box. It's a black box play. I like that better than a huge theater.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So in terms of the actual concept, tell me again, what made you focus in on the men?
On men, because like I said, just dating life. When I was single, I can say that. Okay, so when I was single, I would date different guys, and like I said, oh, he cute, he fine, he this, he that, but the inside was so damaged that he couldn't even care for you the way that he probably wanted to. And as a woman, we blame ourselves, like, what's wrong with me? What did I do? But it's not you, it's them. And so I had to understand that, and I wanted to go deeper to find out what was it about the man that was making them feel this way. So that's what made me look more deeper into it, because a lot of times we just snap on the surface as a woman, You ain't nothing, men ain't this, they dogs and that, but they're not. They got stuff going on. They got some stuff going on, and we as women automatically assume that it's just about us. It ain't about us. A lot of times they're depressed about stuff. They struggling with money. They can't just quick to go get them. They can't go to the bar and get a drink like we can. We can just sit at the bar and get drunk. You know what I'm saying? So if a man is broke, he broke. You know what I mean? So he's depressed about that. His money ain't right. He got baby mama drama, different things he got going on, and then he's still trying to satisfy you. And here we are on his butt too. So it's like I had to realize that, like I said, if we just shut up and listen for a few minutes, you'll hear everything they got to say, because we're quick to jump in, but, and then he shuts down. And so now you never even hear what he got to say. Right. And so this play, the end of the monologues, give them a chance to say what they really want to say. Right.
That's possible.
Everybody just shut up in the audience and hear what they got to say, spotlight on them, and they tell you exactly who they are. And this is the shell of a man.
So ladies, let me ask you. Tina expressed hers. I'd like to hear from the rest of you. What did you all learn or have learned going forward with this play? What have you learned about men and your man, or what I mean? What have you learned from it?
Yeah. Well, for me, it's about having compassion and understanding and patience. Because especially with our black men, we need to show them that. Especially when we see they're going through all of this, and we really want to be with them, but we fighting this wall, but we're not allowing them to let the wall down. Because like Tina said, so he gets out, he make me so sick, he won't do this, he won't. There's a reason why he's not doing all of that, and we don't try to understand that. We normally don't try to understand that. But one thing I can say, as you get older as a woman, you start learning those things. Mm-hmm. And if you're older and you're single and you've learned some stuff yourself, now you have this understanding, this compassion, and this patience for this man who's not perfect, because none of us is perfect. But that brought a lot of that out for me. Yeah. So, yeah.
I guess I'm next. So I'm almost going to copycat off of what Brenda said. Like, just doing the play, my subject is depression, but I do know some of the other subjects. So it is kind of like a playbook, so to speak, for me to just kind of, number one, realize what's going on in the guy's mind, and then as the significant other, the wife, to know how to handle it and how to be that helpmate to help him do whatever. Like, it's not always, let me jump in and let me help you. No, I'll give you a couple of words of hope or wisdom, and then hopefully that'll nestle in your brain, and then you'll hear me eventually and know that I got your back, and you have options to go and get help. And when you're ready to get help, I'm still here. Like, it's not I'm finna go, I'm leaving. Not necessarily. I got your back. And so just doing the play, it just kind of helps me get there, I guess, better in my personal life. Kiki.
Cut them up.
Communication. You have to be willing to communicate. And a lot of times, no words says a lot. You know, not so much as nagging, but being able to communicate with them even when they're not talking. You know, being there emotionally, physically, all of that stuff. You know, we as women, like I said, have a tendency to attack when things are not going right versus saying
Did he play?
you know, attacking the situation, like I said, versus just trying to actually comprehend and understand and listen and communicate. So the biggest thing, because that's the biggest thing for me, you know, in a relationship, communication is key.
Yeah.
For me. Because if there's no communication, a lot of stuff can get misconstrued.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff and things can be taken out of context.
Yeah.
So give me the option, or give me the option to say what I have to say, you know, so just talk to me. You know, like you said, a lot of them shut down, but that's because, you know, they feel that they're getting it from in the streets and then they got to come home and they got to get it at home too. So of course, once they shut down, it's a wrap. And now we're pissed because you're not communicating. So just listen, like you know, think, shut up sometimes and listen. And it's hard, you know, especially for like I say, those mature older women that have been single, you know, because as I say, you've been driving for so long till it's hard to give that steering wheel up, you know, because you want to see, you get on the passenger side, but then when he's driving, you still want to reach over and grab that wheel sometime.
Yeah.
So let the man drive. And so I've had to learn to sit in that passenger seat and ride.
Tape.
Ain't nothing wrong with riding. I'm just
Spoken like a true Virgo.
Oh my God.
Yeah. What I would say about this, honestly, that I see is your opening line. I was like, oh, okay, I see how this gonna go. And it's totally opposite. I have never been so wrong in my life. But what I would like to ask the women on the panel, sorry, bros, I just, you know, how much healing did you do as a woman? Not that it was your situation, but seeing you be the, like, I love the way you speak because you're owning up to something that Oprah wouldn't do, or a lot of women don't do. But y'all have faults, just beat the man up that. And that's what I thought this was, but I can see it's more positive to it. So how much did this help you? I know, you know, man, I'm definitely gonna come see it. But how did it help you as far as your own interpersonal relationships, having seen this play, and especially you being part of a play for so long? Did that get you to the point where you got a man?
Yes, it did.
Wow.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. Because it made me see what I want and what I don't want. So it made me able to see better and look at myself. Because you got to look at yourself. It ain't always the person now. It's you too.
Yeah.
So you have to look at yourself and see all the things that you're doing wrong in order to understand where somebody is coming from. So that's where I was at. And then, and I tell people, when you manifest something, you have to be willing to be ready to receive it.
Absolutely.
You can ask for it all day, but if you ain't ready to get it back, then what's the point? You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna say, you know what, I'm ready. I'm ready for a man. I'm ready for a relationship. This is how it's gonna be. You gotta believe that. You gotta believe that. Because then here comes this bull crap coming your way and you still entertaining that, then you ain't ready.
That's right.
You got to shut the bull crap down and then say, okay, I'll just be by myself until the real comes along before I deal with this over here. See what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what it helped me on that part.
Hey, Ben, these women giving you so many sound bites and clip from, bro. That's ridiculous. Go ahead, who's next?
Did it help you?
No, Lord.
No, what you don't want.
I know what I don't want. I will say, just being a part of the play itself does give me a little more insight on who I am and what I should accept. Now, I will say I'm single, and I ain't ready. And I realize I'm not ready. I'm not all the way to the point where I'm in the driver's seat and I don't want to give it up, because I like to go to sleep sometime too and know that I have a dependable person behind the steering wheel.
Right.
But it's just like
You ain't ready.
After you go through certain situations, and like Tina just said, the bull crap keep coming. After I noticed the same toxicity kept coming at me, I was like, I'm putting out the wrong vibe. Something is going on that these same personalities keep, coming at me. And you just gotta cut. I had to cut it off. And I'm healing. I'm good. I'm not bitter. But I ain't ready.
But I will say this though. You do put a vibe out. And if you put a vibe out, I ain't looking, I don't want nothing, trust me, that same vibe gonna come at you. But when you put a vibe out of positivity, and that's, whoever comes into my life, that's so it be, that's what you'll get. But yeah. Brenda.
So I got another question for Tina.
Oh, you were going to answer? Okay.
I was going to do it more like a smart comment when I thought it was going
to. You know what? He had a whole bunch of stuff, right?
I was ready.
He been on guard all night.
But I'll say this. Have you ever thought about doing a show, The Shell of a Woman?
Yeah, we
it's already done. It's a brunch, actually.
She owned it.
September 11th, The Shell of a Woman is going down. It's a speaker's brunch. It's a women empowerment brunch about 4 women, and they're speaking their truth about what they going through. So it's more of a speaking engagement than a stage play.
I think if you do the stage play the same way, but have a roles reversed, where the men, because we're guilty a lot. With things we do.
No, you're not.
I know it's hard to believe.
And it
is. Just putting ourselves in a position where you can have a show that'll show us the ways that we make women the way they are, that they want to have the control.
Well, the kind of what the brunch is about, you'll hear the women speak. So you'll hear them with no interruption, and they'll just tell you all the story, everything that they went through in their life, what makes them who they are today. So it's kind of what I'm doing without being the actual stage play. Because I didn't want to be the same as the
I don't
Shell
think it
of
would be the same, though, because if you had the men in the reverse roles where the men, because I think me watching it, because when you see somebody up there speaking for 30 minutes about, like doing a testimonial about how they were dogged out by a man, you're not visually seeing it because it just sounds like bitter woman, single bitter woman, instead of seeing how that man pushed her to that brink.
Well, it's not
how she got to the point to be scarred,
Right. Well, it's not them talking about men. It's talking about their life period.
No, but I'm saying the way this show is, I'm just listening to it. There's a couple of topics that I said, okay, I can see that. Well, okay, I'm going to check that out. And I think if the same way, if you reversed it, where it was the women that were the ones that were being heard, or how to deal with a woman, how to help her heal. Because we put y'all in that predicament a lot of times,
But it's actually, with the Shell of a Man,
it shows that
the women, the wives, actually speak on how it makes us feel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Your actions causes my reaction.
Yep. Right.
So whereas I should be more compassionate about what happened, and I'm speaking on my situation. Well, I should be more compassionate. It's what he's done to me, which pulls that compassion. It makes me angry. It makes me want to strike and lash and not listen to his actual testimony, him telling what he went through. Right. So again, it's both. It's the men, their situations, the wives, how it treats us, how it makes us feel, and then them actually expressing the reasoning behind it. So it's all
It's all inclusive.
Yeah.
So with that being said, men, let me ask you the same question that I asked the ladies, but in reverse. What did you learn from your wives on the play? But what did you learn from women during the course of it?
Well, this a whole new men crew.
Yeah.
Well, me personally,
Everybody knows.
me personally, I don't speak it on. I'm playing jealousy, dun dun. But me personally, kind of makes me look at it and we're making our wives look stupid. You know what I mean? Make them look like a fool. I mean, especially being a jealous type person, you being out in public, you get around people and you start questioning where you know him from. You know what I mean? And it's just to the point where it make you sit back and just look at reality of yourself. Am I really like that? Or have I ever been like that? You know what I mean? So it makes you change perspective on how you carry your relationship. You know what I mean? So it's a big deal. It's a real big deal.
What'd you learn?
Oh, well, like I said, I'm the baby of the bunch. And when she approached me and told me that, I would be the dreamer, she was like, just talk about your experience with dreaming. I was like, ooh-wee. You don't want to hear my dreams. She's like, no, like dreams, like adventures, inventions and stuff. And I was like, I've always been a business type person. I've ventured in different types of business. So I can relate to that. But, in the end, I saw, well, all my failed relationships have happened because of that. And so, when she, like I said earlier, she tell you, like, no, I don't want that. That's written, that's scripted. I want the real. So when she did that, I was like, I don't know nobody like that. And then I started thinking about my past. And so, that gave me, I started calling my ex-girlfriends up when I was drinking, but. But now, I apologize, y'all, and I understand.
But you know what? That's real what you're saying, Fabian, because if you do have to apologize to the universe, I don't care what nobody say, you need to apologize to the universe for things that you went through when you get to that point of, your life is a certain way and you ready in different situations. Yeah. You got to apologize for all the wrong you've done. Right. So if it's not to each single person, just do it to the universe and say, I apologize for everything that I ever did to anybody, to hurt anybody, because once you in something that's real, you don't want that hurt to come back to you. All right. So you got to apologize for that. So that's real right there. Damn.
And for me, it just helped me realize we as black men are work in progress, and it makes a lot of sense to address this because we can't raise our youth, do politics, take back our communities if we're still dealing with inside traumas. Right. Because now we're being defensive to each other.
Right.
Instead of learning how to just open up and say, my brother, I feel what you're going through. But I'd rather listen to your story knowing I went through your story, but make you look like you the one that's something wrong with you. That means I'm suppressing my trauma. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So what this did for me and it's gonna do for me is just therapeutic to just have an open mind to say, look, I got work to do. You see what I'm saying? And God ain't done with me yet. I'm a work in progress. Yeah. But I cannot be the best I can be if I keep suppressing the things that are holding me back.
Yes, yes.
So
good stuff.
Wow.
Good stuff.
I love it.
Well, I've always said, JT, we've always both piggyback on the same theme that, the black woman is the strongest creature on the face of God's green earth. You all endure from beginning of time, have endured way more, have suffered, have been insulted, disgraced, looked down, and to still come up strong, and then to still have a woman, Tina, to come up with a play to help uplift the black man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And that's, that's...
Thank you.
I truly commend you for that, because that's, and that's what black women have always done. Yeah. Through the thick and the thin, no matter how badly, how mistreated, you still figure out a way to try to lift up the black man, and I definitely applaud you for that. Everybody needs to check out The Shell of a Man, and I hope this thing blows up beyond proportion that you don't even know what to turn. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you'll figure it out.
Indeed. Yes,
so
indeed.
While we have you all here, and we'll do some more about the play, but we want to get Classic Conversation. We like to talk about a little bit of everything, and you know, as y'all heard the song, you know, you never know which way the show is gonna go. So with that, there's a big to-do right now with Ari Spears and Tiffany Haddish. Are y'all familiar with that?
Yes.
So this thing, you know, they're bringing up charges or trying to charge them, and they're trying to blackball and cancel. You know, we're in that cancel nation right now, the cancel culture. So I just want to get y'all thoughts on the video and what they're, you know, what they're trying to do to them. I just want to kind of get a feel for what's your perspective on it?
What they did to themselves.
Say again.
No, you mean what they did to themselves? You know I stand.
I mean, you know, just gotta. Again, is your perspective? What?
But it was sick comedy.
Well, hold on, Dwayne. Let you don't have the
That's
mic,
sick
so
comedy.
nobody gonna hear you.
I saw that video.
I did
Yeah,
too.
get your perspective.
And
Then we'll circle back to you.
I saw that video, and I got kids.
Damn
so
Skip.
I don't like jokes about children that traumatize them for life. You see what I'm saying? There's nothing funny. Y'all had that power. Y'all had power to shed light on it in a different way because y'all have names. Y'all could have did this a different way.
Yes, sir.
Y'all chose, and we gonna be real, y'all. The powers that be, for the reasons they might have done that, because you do have to take little steps to get up your ranks in this Hollywood thing. So we don't know if they came up with it, or do you want this movie or not, make this skit. So it opens up a lot of things, like, you know, it just opens up a lot about, you know what I'm saying, were you selling your soul to do this? This is what you stood by? You know what I'm saying? Do y'all think this lightly about it? Would you feel this funny if it happened to yours? You know, it was disturbing, man. And I like some disturbing stuff sometimes, but that was a little too below the belt for me, man. I was like, come on.
I just didn't understand what was the reasoning behind it, because I shoot movies and I do skits and different things like that, but I would have never thought to do nothing like that.
Yeah.
You know, and I get it, they comedians, okay, but to go that dark was beyond being comedians. And for the fact that they didn't tell the parent what was in it tells me that you knew it was wrong. So why not tell the mother? They kept saying, oh, it's being edited, or whatever. So it's like they didn't want to tell her what was exactly in the movies that they were shooting.
And it was crazy because they told the kids they were going to Disney World.
Right.
And wound up doing the skit. And then did practice sessions with these kids. Like, if it was improv like we're doing, it ain't hard to tell the kids, sit here, look crazy, let's film, we the ones in control. Y'all coach these kids, you know what I'm saying?
And those kids were actually privy and heard everything that was said. It wasn't like they spliced and cut.
Right.
And so I think it's criminal myself.
Yeah, it's criminal. That's some criminal stuff, man.
And Haddish, that shocked me because the things she's talked about in her comedy and the things she talks about and how she suffered herself, she would be the last person I would expect to even take part in that. The other dude was nobody.
But that goes back to this
place. She did it, that kind of shocked.
Hurt people, and they don't really look in themselves. So sometimes we project what that demon is instead of facing that demon. So she might have went through that. Aries might have went through that. And for some reason, it seemed normal to them. You see what I'm saying?
What year was it? What year did this?
2013.
2013. I mean, one thing that I want to ask y'all. When Dave Chappelle did this skit.
You don't have no microphone because you're just talking to us, but nobody can hear you. You got microphone, no more extra mic. Oh.
But when Dave Chappelle
Talk louder then.
Dave Chappelle did this skit on R. Kelly on the Chappelle show.
Yes.
When he talked about
defecating
on a young woman.
Right. Well, it's more peeing than defecating.
So, no. I was just saying that, you know, comedy is comedy. I do know that some of it's dark, some of it, you know, goes in different places. I just think that when the skit was taped in 2013, we were not in a climate where pedophilia was as big as it is now. And what they were doing was trying to make it big by bringing it in a comic setting, I think. You know, now I'm not saying how they pulled it off was, you know, tasteful, but I just know that I'm a fan of the Chappelle Show, and I think that some of his skits were borderline, you know, on a level, but to us it was funny. It wasn't offensive to us because we found it funny at that time. Now, if we see them now, we may feel a different way because of the climate that we're in now. I just think that is where he is. And I think that this is actually even being publicized based off of Ari Spears' recent, you know, media, you know, things that he's been in the media about. So I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that I think the climate, when they filmed it, they weren't even thinking that deep into it because we weren't thinking, or wasn't on the forefront of what was going on in the world at that time.
Let me tell you the difference between Chappelle and this. Chappelle didn't use a kid. Chappelle just did the skit. But they went and got 2 7- and 9-year-old kid to simulate sexual noise. The little girl simulate sexual noises, and then the little boy to be in his underwear while this man looks at him and zoom in on this little boy's butt. That's the difference of the point of what we saw in this video and what Dave Chappelle did with the pee or whatever. It wasn't no kids involved in what Dave Chappelle did. Dave Chappelle just did comedy. Yeah. But they actually went and groomed these kids from this mother who said she didn't have no clue what was in this thing. And when she asked for the tapes, Tiffany said there wasn't no more tapes. She didn't have copies of the tape. And Ari said he was editing the tape. Why not just show the mama the tape? If it's nothing dark about it, just show her the tape so that she can see.
They showed that tape to somebody.
Because once the lady found, it was on Funny or Die. It was on Funny or Die, but then once the mother found out what was on it in 2019 is when she asked them to take the tapes down. Then they took the tapes down because Funny or Die is ran by individual people, not by Funny or Die. So they don't even know what's on there until somebody complains about what's on there. And once they got the complaint that was on there, they took it down. Since 2019 till today, she's been trying to sue them and go through all that stuff, but they call it extortion and all that. But
it could have been just as funny if the kids were acting like the people who was doing this was weird. They could have been fully dressed and going, "What's wrong with you? Oh, that's weird." It still could have been I get it, but you're exploiting children. And then we cannot forget, let's be real, we got to be parents out here. Some people are selling their children for checks. So this woman can say what she wants, and I get her pain, but you left your children alone without knowing what the hell going on.
Hello.
And then years later, you see some tape, and all through that gap of years, you haven't seen anything that triggered or made you say, hold up, what happened? Y'all just left your children alone with these folks. You went off and got your check. You went and bought your Porsche, and when you came back, you were like, when we see it, we can't wait. Then you see that your children are being exploited and embarrassed. It's a problem for her. Now your children growing up with trauma.
That's my argument, brother. That was my argument with it.
And it was more so the kids that came forward and said, we traumatized.
Right, they said
yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? We got these
so the
parents
mom probably
selling out their
still
children at alarming rate.
Yeah, that's... Hold on one second, Sean. As a cop was going, then you next. Go ahead.
I'm looking at it purely from the Ask a Cop side. That's criminal. On so many levels, what happened in that film was criminal. It's nothing like the Chappelle Show. The Chappelle Show is skits that do not involve, if you notice, anytime Chappelle had a skit involving kids, and his were never of a pedophile nature. They were just stupid shit. And he'd always cut and splice, or even if they were there, it wasn't a negative aspect of it. A lot of it, it was like they superimposed him on a classroom like he was in there with kids. This is something where a child was actually exposed to things that were basically contributing to the delinquency of a minor. That charge will stick all day long on that, all day long. In the state of Georgia, I can't say whatever state they're in because states do enforce it differently, but I mean, as an adult, it doesn't matter what the parents did. Parents put the kids and things. Look at the R. Kelly situation. People, they're holding Bill Cosby accountable for shit that happened 30, 40 years ago. So now you're trying to say that just because, and I like her comedy. But I was shocked that it was her. Because of things that she talks about in her comedy routine, what she's gone through growing up as a child, I would think she'd be the last person to come that way. When I saw it, I couldn't finish watching, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, me neither.
And I looked, I was like, man, this is, the exact words out of my mouth was, this is fucked up.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Hold on, Dwayne. You can't throw it out the mic.
Well, what about?
All right, what
Hold
up,
on,
y'all?
go ahead, Sugar Sean.
You already
Sean Corleone, what you got, brother?
The comedian extraordinaire, because this is what I do. I do stand-up comedy, and he talking about some of my peoples. But I'm going to keep it real with you. Did I find the skit funny? No. But this is only happening because Tiffany Haddish is who she is, right? At the end of the day, they're talking about child molestation and having them do sexual acts. And none of that really was going on. I watched the video a couple times. I said, this is garbage. What they talking about didn't really happen. You know what I mean? What they being accused of. You know, he was sitting behind, he had a newspaper behind his head. He was watching them and he jumped in the tub. I would never do nothing like that. But it's because Tiffany Haddish is where she is, and she just so happened to be the mother in that skit where they know they could go get a check, and that's why they starting to wild out. You understand? Like, it's not as deep as we making it seem, because I don't believe that Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears was molesting no kids, and that didn't happen.
No, it's not about the molestation.
Yeah, it's not the molestation.
That's what the charge is. If you look at the charges, they had the kids doing sexual acts and molesting kids. So
see, part of it is there was always, when you do something stupid like that, you got to code everything that comes with it. Now, it happened 10 years ago, but just like going back to Bill Cosby, you're talking 30 years and somebody's recalling something plainly and clearly that they didn't recall for 30 years, and now they're regurgitating it, and he had to sit in a jail cell behind it. When you put yourself in that predicament with kids, anybody that's a male that's dated a single mom and she had a kid, have you ever jumped up like you had a ghost when the kid comes in early in the morning and jumps in the middle of the bed and you're like, oh shit, and you jump up out the bed, or they come running in the bathroom, you know?
You had an interesting situation going on.
So to put yourself in that situation, it's nothing about being a comic, it's about being a human being. And you gotta look at, if that was my child, you know, I'd have to do a Sugar Sean.
I gotta disagree with you on the point of that. There wasn't no touching the kids. The skit was corny. We all agree with that, right? It wasn't funny, whatever. Whatever they was trying to do was bring light to child molestation and dropping your kid off with an uncle that's pedophile. You understand what I'm saying? That's what they was trying to. That was what they were trying to project. But at the end of the day, the only reason that this thing been out, it came out. So the only reason the mother is doing what she's doing is because Tiffany Haddish is who she is, and they trying to get that check. Well, and that's the only reason.
Well, I'm saying, but what about let's because in the affidavit, see, we could talk about our viewpoint because we all will look at a circle on a wall and see it a different way. These were children. See, these were children. We don't know the traumatic effects of what they went through after they did that skit. Suppose they were never molested. Now they're playing the victim of a molestation, they go into a dark place.
Yeah, but in that skit they wasn't touched. In that skit it wasn't.
But it's not about, I get what you're saying.
Right, it didn't happen.
But it's still the name, what the skit is about. It follows them.
Mental.
That follows them.
Mental.
You see what I'm saying? And that can really mess your mind up because these are innocent children. Now that they are of age and they're able to dissect what they just was a part of. They're looking at their parents crazy. They looking at the actors crazy. They looking at themselves crazy. Yeah. Like, I can't believe I was in that.
So the parents knew what was going on.
Of course.
No, they said she didn't.
She knew what she got a check.
But why you so sure on the mother knew what was going on and not Tiffany?
Because she got a check. Tiffany.
What make you think she got a check?
I know she got a check. Tiffany.
Oh my
Tiffany
God.
skit.
People will be quick to blame.
No, they say Tiffany was giving them.
She got a check.
Right.
But people be quick to blame the
Tiffany wasn't
parents
even
instead of a
and
celebrity.
Tiffany wasn't even blown
that
up to
money
that.
ran out. They got time.
But Tiffany wasn't even blown up to the point where she is now. But they got a check for that from
But she blew
the
up in
network that they was
2013.
in. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and be like, cancel Tiffany. That's corny. Because Tiffany, what she was doing, she brought the kid in and this and that. She left. It wasn't nothing like that. The parents knew what the skit was about, and they were trying to bring light to pedophilia. But did they do it? Well, hold on. Did they do it in a corny way? All right, that's for public judgment. I think it was corny. You think it was corny. A lot of us think it was corny. But at the end of the day, what they doing right now is she's at the top where she is right now, and they about to try to break her down, and all of us, as black people, be like, yeah, break Tiffany down. Nah, that's not.
I don't even know
happen.
Tiffany to break her down. But
But
first
I mean,
of all,
if the
Tiffany
most of us are
Tiffany
doing that,
came
that's
up in
what's gonna happen.
2013 when all this went down. Let's go back there. But the fact that people are quick to blame the parents instead of the celebrity, that says a lot to me, because you automatically be like, oh yeah, the parent knew, instead of how we know Tiffany and
You
Aries
gotta
didn't know
blame
what
the
the heck they was
parents. Well,
doing.
let me-
And from what I
You
understand,
gotta
he
blame
kissed
the
the little boy.
parents. You gotta blame
Well,
the parents.
let me chime in real quick. So, and I just want to get y'all opinion on this side of it, right? So, number one, I think it was definitely corny. I saw the video years ago. I didn't think it was funny then. Don't think it's funny now. And if you hear the music behind the video, they're playing R. Kelly. So it was really,
Oh yeah, sure did.
it was really a spoof towards R. Kelly more so than anything else. Talking about pedophilia with R. Kelly, liking kids, right? That was the premise of it. Now, in terms of criminal and pedophilia and all the other stuff, let me ask the question, what's the difference between a video spoof and a paid actor, which is what, if those kids were paid, they were paid actors. They do movies all the time with sexual assault, sexual abuse. They show kids for the movie purposes.
Absolutely.
So for the TV. So what's the difference between that acting versus that acting? If they all
The
consider
difference
acting.
is when you see a child play a rape victim or something, it's usually serious. It's not done in comedic form. How many?
So you're saying it's a difference?
It's a difference in context. It's right. It's the same as.
What's funny about that?
It's like, okay, it's like Roots and Django. It's the same subject. Slavery. One had a comedic look on it with Django. Roots was serious, but the story remains the same. Pedophilia, what we have learned, what we out here doing, man, we don't even sit here and address it seriously. Instead of addressing stuff seriously, we joke with it. We try to hide it under a joke, and it don't be no joke. Like kind of like piggybacking off of her show. It's traumatic issues that we have to deal with instead of joke about it.
But don't you reach people differently? Some people you can reach through comedy, while some people you can reach through seriousness. Some people may not look at it. Some people may not even watch it if it's.
Get someone be offended by the comedy part of it, though.
And I tell you that story in a joking manner, are you gonna take it serious though? Even if I really went out here and
depends on how you see it.
It's like, to me, it's like, you know, current rap versus old rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't stand this new stuff, right? Makes no sense to me. Don't understand the words.
Right.
You know what I mean? But some of the stuff has meaning to the younger generation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can reach them in a different way.
This is a lost generation. See, we got a lot of lostness.
But I'm saying that's true. But I'm saying, how do you, if that was a way of communicating in a comedic way of an issue, is what I'm saying.
Okay, so
how do you determine the difference?
Okay, so let's just say in a
Go ahead.
comedic way. What did you gather after you watched it? That pedophilia is real? That people out here need help? You didn't get that from watching.
Of course you got it.
So what did they get?
But you could get.
You got that.
That happens.
Yeah, I mean,
We know that happens.
That happens. Maybe I need to watch my kids without leaving with uncle because I don't know what's going on.
Exactly.
Maybe I need to take heed to it.
Everybody got that crazy uncle that we know.
But if
Everybody got that crazy uncle that we know you don't
you're
leave your
saying
kids
that
in
from
It's
an
one in every
older
family.
adult standpoint.
Right, I get what you're saying.
What I'm saying is sometimes you can reach people differently. So that somebody may have said, "Oh man, that's funny," but that junk real.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
But there was no message at the end.
Of
See,
course
There was a stupid. Listen,
It was a stupid
I don't
message.
support the video. Let me say that. I think the jump was corny.
Yeah, it was corny,
But I don't believe that it was done with the intent of making complete humor or a joke out of. I think it was done in the intent of this happens. It was done based on the R. Kelly song. You know what I mean? And we all know parents left their kids young with R. Kelly. I mean, we can't get around that story.
So I agree with you because we laughed at Dave Chappelle's crack rock skits, and we have lost family members to crack rock. It killed a whole generation of kids.
Well, there is a difference.
So,
There
I
is
mean,
a difference.
I get it,
But there is a difference because what you were saying is when it's in a movie, that's an actor, but that actor has an extra. That's why they always have small frame people that stand in. Like, say if you're a 14-year-old and there's a scene where a 14-year-old is getting raped. That's not a 14-year-old in that rape scene.
That's not always the case.
One movie that it's not.
That's not always the case.
Yeah, but that's not that don't add up, right?
But when you do that,
There are paid actors.
Yeah,
there are paid
like-
kids that play in very, very graphic scenes, and they're kids. There's plenty of them that have done it. Yeah, I mean,
you got burnt with an iron on Good Times.
I mean,
that's a big difference
true
between iron
story.
and
but we can't say.
But contributing to the delinquency of a minor, that type of charge only means the fact that the child was there and what was said and transpired.
Contributing to
in
the
front of
delinquency of
child.
a minor. If Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears were charged, and I know you may not agree with Tina, but if they were charged, I think the mother should have been charged too.
Absolutely.
Because the mother should left the
Absolutely.
child with them. So that parent should be
Her
just.
charge would probably be reckless conduct.
Listen,
That's the same way with R.
my
Kelly.
point is, would any of you leave your child to do a job with people that you don't know?
No.
You know what I mean? You just don't do that.
But why should a man send his daughter out there with R. Kelly? Because if any real man not gonna sit there and let a woman be locked up in the house with R. Kelly, and he tell him he can't come up to approach his house and get him out.
But he didn't say that until the check ran out.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's not a real man.
That was that was the conversation that Tina and I were having.
Okay.
As far, because I have not seen it, but just in speaking about it, that was the first thing I said when she told me how old the children were. I said, where was the mother? And not know whether the mom knew or not, as a minor, even though they're actors, they have to sign.
Exactly.
And when the parents sign, because the child is a minor, they have to be there. They can't just not let the parent be in there and be a part of it because they are minors.
But she did.
So,
But
Well,
they
that's
took
her
the kids
fault.
away. They took the kids away and had the girl.
Could they take your child away?
No, I'm saying for this situation.
No, they did not.
They took him to
take no
Disney
kids
World.
away.
You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing no. My
not.
kids,
but
mine
even
there.
if so,
They
even
ain't take
if
no
so,
kids
even
away.
if that's what happened, that's
No.
they're 9 and 7. You're not taking my children to
No.
Disney World
Period.
and nowhere else.
Period.
But it's Tiffany Haddish though. It's Tiffany Haddish
I
though.
don't care who
He
it
likes
is.
Tiffany. It's Tiffany Haddish. He can come get his kids.
No,
And
it's
then
just
if
y'all
money is
falling.
involved.
Y'all falling
You're
victim
paying
to the.
me, you know what I'm saying? You're paying because my child's being paid for this. Then
No.
if she was hard up for it, if it was the money, then it's not even about the kid. You know, it's mom trying to come up on some
But
dollars.
that was the same with
That's
Michael
all it
Jackson.
is.
The same happened with Michael Jackson.
But that's all it is.
But it's still
But it's-
the same. You know,
Yeah,
like
I
I,
feel what you're
said,
saying.
an actor, a minor actor, parents have to sign a waiver. And because the child is a minor, the parent has to. You can't just tell that child that they can't. The parent cannot be there. So mom has to know what is
like
going
we said,
on.
it's a sick parent.
She wasn't there though.
It's a sick parent.
She don't have to be there.
She
She,
hung-
knew.
But she knew what's
She
happening.
let them go because it was Tiffany.
That's her fault.
That's
on
should
the
be.
mama.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
She should be
but
charged.
everybody's
If she wants to
saying-
charge them, she should be charged.
That's
But at that
on
time,
the
Tiffany
mama.
wasn't Tiffany when she was doing that skit. Tiffany
was
wasn't
still-
where she was not where.
She was on comedy. She was
Tiffany
doing
was
stand-up
not.
comedy.
I've been doing stand comedy. I've been around.
And you're
forever.
a star.
Tiffany was not Tiffany at that time. And I can tell you that for a fact.
Ari's was big. Ari was on.
Ari Spears was the
What's
big
that show
star.
called? Mad
Yeah,
TV at the time.
Ari Spears
but
was the
Tiffany
big
was
star.
on her rise.
Rise up.
But
Yeah,
she
she
wasn't there
She
yet.
ain't do girls trip yet.
Yeah, she wasn't there
She didn't do
yet.
none of that yet. She was
But
just a regular
she
person.
was stand up though. She was big time on stand up though.
doesn't
enough.
remain.
Tiffany was not big enough to the point to make an impact where she had the money to pay these people and do all that. That came from Mad TV. That came from Ari Spears because Ari Spears was the big star. Even if you look at the skit, Tiffany wasn't even the vocal point of the skit. She was dropping the kid off and left. You
But
understand what I'm saying?
here's what I'd be concerned about from our people, right? And I say this all the time. I say this about Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, all. What I hate to see is when things like this happen, it's thrown out there, the media blows it up, but our people, the black people, are the ones that condemn
That's a fact.
the hardest.
That's a fact.
This video was
hate that.
9 years old. You know what I mean? I think that has to take some kind of merit in the situation.
That's a fact.
But we are coming down so hard. You know what I mean? And we continuously do that to our people. We'll let them set the trap, and our folks are the ones who jump right in it. You know what I mean? Although she was wrong, I think there's a way of doing it better. But why don't we rally around it? And you know what I mean? She's already apologized. We're not gonna accept her apology. She said, "I'm sorry. I should have done it. It was distasteful. I should have been more of this, more of that." Why can't we as a people accept that? But instead, we're supporting this cancel culture. I mean, and we come down harder. We ran down so hard. But then, like number one fan just said, some adults for profits have allowed their children to be media abused. When President Obama was running the first time, the Republicans ran an ad of children actually snorting coke, and the ad ran, "If you vote for this man, your kids will snort coke like Obama did drugs." These kids were actors, 8 and 10, and their parents were on set with them. You know what I mean? But we let that ride. We let it ride.
So do we now start to
Pick and choose.
evaluate how Hollywood or Hollyweird does what it does? Like, do we set standards at some points? Because if we're all in this room saying it was an uncomfortable video, then do we start setting a boundary to say, okay, we can't?
But let me say this: we all didn't say it was uncomfortable. It's going to be a whole bunch of different opinions. I'm going to say this last thing. If you look in the next month or so, check the top 100 charts. R. Kelly will be charting.
He never stopped.
No. They're doing a TikTok challenge using R. Kelly's music.
Yeah.
And they're gonna do it so much that he will chart probably in the top 10 because that's how popular TikTok is, and that's how popular we are making it. Yet, you know, like you said, we run away from our people. We throw them under the bus. We stone them. You know what I'm saying? And the reality of these people were all flawed. You know what I'm saying? They just had the ability and access and the money to do it. And once the money ran out, then our people attack them. And then, you know, we allow them to tear us
We
down.
attack hard, man. We
don't normally, and when it comes to like celebrity stuff, like we can talk because we're here. We don't really know what the whole situation was. Like, really, we just don't know. So,
Right.
like you
We
said,
don't know
we're
these
quick to judge.
people. Nobody in here
We're
knows
quick
those
to
people.
judge. Like, I get what you're saying. The cancer culture, we
Okay.
quick to
It
judge.
happens in every
but we never
profession.
understand really what's the story or dynamic.
What is the price tag? When does it stop? That's all I'm saying. Like when does personal accountability come into it? Like you said, like the parents are trying to sue and get more money when they were paid actors.
Notice what you said. The parents. The kids grown now.
But the
they
kids,
can sue, but
let me
they
say,
ain't suing,
hold
it's
on,
the parents.
they're involved in it too. So this all I'm saying. Like
the
they
kids are
got paid for what they wanted to do. That's the end of it.
Right.
It should be no.
Well, it's
more
not what
on
they
it.
wanted to do because it was for the mother to say
I'm
that.
I'm just
They're
saying,
underage, so they can't say what they want
So
to
the
do.
I
responsible
mean, that's true.
person
So the responsible person
is
is
take
responsible.
accountability
Yeah,
for
let's
it.
go back to the mom.
So if anybody need to be arrested, it's the mother.
That's
The
what I
mother.
said, if anybody got to be charged, it's be the mom.
Yeah.
I mean, that's they couldn't have did the video if the mom didn't give him.
She trusted Tiffany enough to take her kids away and do all those things.
Or maybe the mom may need therapy. Maybe we don't know how her brain ticks.
Yeah.
And that's what happens with a lot of these parents that put their children in situations. They're not therapeutically safe. They don't know what they're doing either. They're just acting off of who they are. They haven't faced their trauma. If they did, they probably would have never said yes to that. So sometimes people put their children in situations because they feel like it's cool, but they don't even understand how bad it is. So you know what I'm saying? We can't like y'all say, we can't cancel culture and judge without knowing the full dynamic of everybody in that room, what was the agreement, who said what, who signed what, why what, who. We don't know. We can just speak on.
I could tell you.
You're right. Go ahead.
He right about that, but I could tell you and where he wrong at. Like at the end of the day, the parent got a check. They said he was doing a video. The charges is some like sexual acts or child molestation, which you don't see in the video. You understand what I'm saying? Where they adding on stuff. And they got money for it. And now Tiffany is who she is, and she's blown up, surpassed Ari Spears, because in 2013, Tiffany was a nothing.
That's why the mother jealous.
Right.
She just
so
want more money.
Now she want more money. But to piggyback off what Angelo said is, we so quick to condemn our own people.
Mm-hmm.
We so quick to be like, yo, nah, they did it. The accusation came out. Yo, they wrong. No. Listen to everything and hold on for a minute. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yo, everybody be like, yo, fuck R. Kelly. He ain't shit. He ain't doing this, doing that. But everybody in here play R. Kelly.
Low key, they still listen to his music.
Everybody, every wedding you go to,
12 play is in rotation.
Every wedding you go to, there is a black person that's stepping in the name of love.
No.
You're not stepping no more, Tina.
Play it right now, what you gonna do?
They don't even play it. If I go out, I don't hear that. No, sir.
Play it right now, bitch, I'll get up and go to
No.
stepping.
It's a young lady gonna have a baby from a dude that's going to jail and not getting out. She is his mistress not married? I mean, you pregnant? They did in vitro. She said she's pregnant.
Yep.
So I mean, come on, like.
I don't know.
Go ahead, Ben. You got something? Speaking for the Millennium Coalition.
Yes. How you doing? Part of the Millennial Delegation. How y'all doing? So I know some of the words I might use. Y'all might look at me. Might have to Google some of the stuff. So it's okay. I respect it.
Okay, T.I.
There you go. Lit. There it is. He know it. Now, first, I like the evolution that everybody just had in here, because y'all was attacking it. So Angelo kind of threw that gem up there, and y'all was like, "Ooh, well, shit." That kind of makes sense. I like that, because I like to watch us evolve in real time. So I like to see everybody had that open mind. Now, realistically, yeah, we all know it's comedy. Yeah, comedy can go from light to dark, and that's the art of it. You know, and it is what it is. But to answer a question that you had earlier of what movie or TV show that they had a kid, Kirsten Dunst kissed Brad Pitt, and there wasn't a stand-in, and America didn't, and she was like 11 years old. You get what I'm saying? That was in, I think, Vampire Interview or something like that. Interview. Thank you. So you got to think about that, where this is like he said, Holly weird, but it's a business. So like you said, it's paperwork that goes with all this. These kids get trained to act at young ages. We don't know the schematics of none of this. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
And the reality is, we can feel how we feel, because it is kind of disgusting when it's like, why is this kid in his drawers? Like, there's just something you normally don't see. You don't see that. And I think their whole goal might have been, hey man, let's see if we can push the envelope. That's really what it was. Like, it's comedy. You wanna be the funniest. So you're gonna do some extreme stuff to be funny sometimes, and you miss the mark. And then you're like, well shit, because we just now seeing it, right? So clearly they didn't want it to be seen. It was just one of those things like, shit, this ain't funny. Fuck it. Like, and got rid of it.
Am I funny?
And then it comes back. And what ends up happening is we do this thing where I love our people, but we are some hateful motherfuckers sometimes. We some. I was scared to say something because you right here, kind of you know. I thought you was gonna hang a motherfucker in here. I was like, son,
because I believe in everybody got an opinion, right?
No, right. Like I asked
exactly.
Like,
so
opinion,
as strong as they feel about how they feel, I feel the way I feel. It's not no wrong or right. It's just my opinion.
But
that's
you said
it.
you see that face you got? Yeah, I got.
That's it. I mean, I'm just dead ass. I'm dead ass. I can't be dead ass.
This is why
y'all dead
ass.
ass.
Be like, you know what? I ain't even gonna say shit. It's one of them church moments. Anybody want to get saved? You know what? Not this.
No. I ain't going up there.
There's too many people walking up right now.
I ain't going up.
Yeah, I'm
I ain't going up there.
It all boils down to like y'all all saying, we as black people have to learn the art of understanding.
That's
You
it.
know what I'm saying?
Evolve.
Everybody eats. Some people are vegetarian. Some people like beef. Some people like hot dogs. Some people like trap music. Some people like R&B. We can't be so quick, like y'all saying, to judge somebody else's opinions or how our viewpoints are when we see it. You know, we just have to learn understanding because we all walk away with something no matter what at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So it's all really about understanding. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a good point, and he's right. Tiffany Haddish is now up the ladder. So it's not like people don't come for you when you up the ladder.
That's true.
But see, that's what they look at. But that's what they look at.
NBC.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I'm saying? They'll wait for you, but
that's what they look at when we reach the top. When our kind reach the top, that's what they look at. They look for a reason for us to fall back.
Right.
So they can sit there and scourge you and step on you. That's right. That's the whole purpose.
We
so
jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah, and everybody jumped on the bandwagon.
And that's why Angelo was right with what he was saying. As soon as something happens, we jump on the bandwagon. We say, yo, they wrong, da-da-da-da, forget them. Yeah, they should have never did that, da-da-da. But when the other side or light of pigmentation do something, they ain't doing that. They got people behind them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to sit there and look at Tiffany in no different way. Like, no. Like, that's unacceptable, in my opinion.
So, real quick, I got one more I want to ask y'all. This won't take as long, I'm sure. George Foreman. Now, two young ladies are saying that they were molested 40 plus years ago.
They just trying to get a George Foreman grill. It should be, but they just trying to get a grill, bro. That's all.
Two white girls said that when they were 13 and 14 years old, he was supposed to have molested them. When he was like 20 something years old at the time. George gotta be like 60 something now, right?
Older than that.
Man, it's in his 70s. He in his 70s. He almost 80.
And they're bringing this up now.
He almost 80, man.
And they're bringing it up now. So, you know.
You right.
And people are weird. You got just regular everyday life people who show up and talk about something for 10 years ago. That they ain't said nothing to you for 10 years, and then all of a sudden, something good happened to you or something, then they come up to you and say, remember that time. So people be weird on how they operate.
Right, so when do we rally behind each other? When do we stand and rally behind each other and really sit down and study the facts and see what's really going on? You know, we so quick to turn around and jump on a motherfucker versus being like, let me see what's really going on.
How we know the facts?
Because whatever you made an opinion about is what you seen, right? So now the same way you heard what they said, you can start doing research and finding out what the hell really happened, what they really be in charge with, what's really going on, and then you can make a valuable, opinion. You know what I mean? If you're not, you got to do the research. Like, we got to do the research. We can't just go off of what people a lot of people.
And you're right. We don't necessarily know the facts of any of these situations in full detail.
No,
which is why I brought up the point of why we as a people, without those facts, just say woof. You know what I mean? We just jump on it. Like I said, we'll let the white man throw the fuse, and we'll let it explode because we come down on our. And I say this based on you just look at all the different media outlets, the different social media outlets, different radio stations. All of them are coming down. You know what I mean? They just saying all the bad stuff, but you don't never hear them saying the positive, or this was 40, 50 years ago. We're not gonna let this one slide. Y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all took Bill down for something 40 something years ago. Whether, and everybody here has all I don't think any of us have lived a Hollywood life. But we've all heard about the Hollywood life. We all heard about what happened at the Playboy Mansion. We all heard all these things. All those were cocaine parties, drugs on the table. That's what they always talked about. So everything that was done was just done back then, and sometimes probably still now. You know what I mean? But we as a people just jump on it. You know what I mean? We came to defense for the most part of Michael Jackson. We didn't take that.
Yeah, I wouldn't let them take down Michael.
But we can't. Yeah, but we ride around Mike. So we ride around OJ. We ride around Tiger. You know what I mean? So we decide who we want to rally around. But if that fuse gets lit high enough, we'll just be like, yeah, they did it. They, man, just, even with the R. Kelly, I know a lot of women don't want to hear that stuff, but there's a lot of
Can I give an opinion?
both sides to that thing. So we won't even get into that because it take a whole show again. We've already done it.
Yeah, my mother used to always say it's three sides to each story. There's your side, there's their side, and then there's the truth. And the truth is what we really, if you think about it, we really never get to it.
Now, y'all just heard a new deep voice on the show.
Right.
He came in late. So introduce yourself, man. You got the shirt on, so I'm assuming you're a part of this Shell of a Man.
Because we can't see you either. There you go.
All right, my name is Gary Patterson. I'm part of the Shell of the Man production. It's awesome production where men, we talk about how women, put on a mask, camouflage themselves, but we do the same thing. And in this production, it comes out that me, myself, I beat your ass.
So who are you? Who are you in the play?
I'm domestic.
They mentioned that earlier. Okay.
And you literally hold your breath while they are on stage, like it's.
He's the wife beater.
Yeah.
He created the wife beater.
Literally throw.
You're a little too good at that, bro.
Yeah, he's too good at that character right now.
I don't condone domestic violence.
Not at all.
Domestic violence is one of the oldest cancers that there is on this earth. And I tell you right now, whether you're male or female, if you're being abused, get out. Yeah. Because he or she keep telling you they ain't gonna do it no more. Yeah. They lying. Yeah. It's in their blood, it's in their DNA. It's what they saw, it's what they was taught when coming up. They saw it somewhere, they picked it up from somewhere. Yeah. And they're not gonna stop. So the first chance you get out.
Yeah.
It is.
Right now.
So,
amen.
Miss Tina, tell us one more time. Shell of a Man, what's the time, the dates? Give us the whole rundown of the upcoming shows, location, everything.
Okay, it's September 25th at 4 p.m. It's at Good Vibes Event Hall, 1256 Georgia 138 in Riverdale, Georgia, behind the Shell station. I have to say that because it sits behind the gas station. So make sure y'all come out. Tickets are $25. It's on eventbrite.com. Just put in the Shell of a Man, and it'll come up. It's that simple.
That simple. And
limited seating too. It's a small set.
Go watch the shell behind the shell.
Watch the shell behind the shell.
That right.
So one more time, you are domestic violence.
I'm domestic violence.
I'm depression.
I'm the wife of depression.
I'm jealousy.
I'm the wife of molestation.
And then we have.
You come on. Just don't hit one of the wires. It'd be embarrassing.
Okay.
I'm Fabian. I'm the dreamer.
Go down some so they can. There you go. There he is. The dreamer.
Hey, he over there.
Can anybody hear you?
I am the fill-in for the wife of the dreamer. I'm also hosting. I'm red carpet. I'm just everything, I'm an OG with this show, so that's what I do.
Yeah.
She got 13 job on,
Yeah,
I'm on.
And I'm the producer, creator of this amazing stage play, unscripted. No script needed. Stage play, The Shell of a Man. Make sure y'all check it out.
September 25th.
The mind of everything.
4 p.m. Correct?
Yes, 4 p.m. Yes.
4 p.m.
Oh, just to let you guys know that if you plan on attending, please be on time. If you're on time, you're late because she will start on time and it will end on time.
What?
Just a
On time?
FYI.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, we've had people.
So this is a
show up
modified
at
black
the
production.
end.
Right.
We need to learn from y'all.
Y'all missed the first set.
Oh, I missed
Listen.
it. I missed the first net. No,
you missed the
Whole show.
When she
Yes,
say
time
an
is
hour
money.
and a
I don't
half,
play.
She means an hour and a half. That means the whole production from start to finish.
Yes.
We done broke down and we leaving. Thank you for coming though.
Good night.
All right. So listen, we end every show the same way. Number one said, knows how the white media is not tearing down Brett Favre for scamming off welfare money. Yeah, they talked about it real briefly, then it went away. That's, you know how it go. We end the show every way with our top 5. So because of the cast and the number of people, I'm gonna do a top 5 we've done before, but it's been a while. But I love to get everybody's views on it. So top 5 this week. Your top 5 R&B singers of all time. Your top 5 R&B singers of all time. If you're ready to start, chime in.
Jasmine Sullivan.
All right.
Marvin Gaye for me.
Of all time.
Five. You got
Top 5.
Whitney Houston. Her. Is that 3?
Joe.
It's your own 5.
Oh, my bad. That's on her 5. Luther and Aretha.
And Aretha. All right. Who's next?
I'll go. Aretha Franklin, Anita Baker, Rasan Patterson. Who else? Sam Cooke.
Okay.
And I will say Curtis Mayfield.
Oh,
Curtis
yeah.
Mayfield.
Okay, mine is Marvin Gaye, Anita Baker, of course. Raheem Devon, he's a neo, so I love Raheem. Don't hate on him. And I love Prince. I know he a little different, but I love Prince. Raheem Devon. Oh, and Jaheim.
One more. Yeah.
Jaheim.
There you go. Next. Who next?
Well, mine. I don't know if I should say mine, but my mind is telling me no.
Oh my gosh.
But my body. All right, Kelly.
There you go. There you go,
Stevie
baby.
Wonder.
Way to be bold. Way to be
Stevie
bold,
Wonder.
baby.
Stevie Wonder. Marvin Gaye, of course. Anthony Hamilton. And John Legend.
All right.
I get something next, huh?
Will Downing, Marvin Gaye, Otis Redding. How many of that? That's 4?
It's 3.
That's 3. What did I say? Otis Redding, right?
Yeah.
Shit. Did I say Luther?
No, you ain't said Luther yet.
Luther Vandross and Glenn Jones.
Glenn Jones.
Yeah.
Glenn Jones.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Who next? I'm still thinking over there.
Okay.
Go ahead. Joe. We know Joe.
We know Joe. Joe. Natalie Cole.
Okay.
Anita Baker. Aretha Franklin. Jill Scott.
Yeah.
And Donnell Jones.
Donnell Jones.
Yes.
Marvin Sapp. My boy Anthony Hamilton. Avant.
Okay. That's close to R. Kelly though.
Joe. And my man Otis. Mr. Redman.
Okay. Sitting on the dock of the bay.
KDN.
Dylan. No, for real. Prince, James Brown, Teddy Pendergrass.
Okay.
Patti LaBelle. And Michael Jackson.
MJ in the house. All right. Is that everybody on the panel? Is everybody?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Y'all got one? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Big Loofah, not Little Loofah. I repeat it for him.
That's right. Pass that over.
Yeah.
Pass that to them.
Sade. I was wondering where she was at, man. Ain't nobody brought up Super Girl.
Yeah, Sade nice, man.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Yeah.
No.
Usher, okay.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Uncle Luke.
Uncle Luke.
Say R&B.
Go ahead, yell them out. I'll repeat it for you. Usher.
Music Soul Child.
Nice.
It was off.
God, dog, the one give him
Usher,
something that.
no, Will in this old bit whack mic. Usher. Music Soul Child.
Okay.
What am I currently listening to? Giveon.
Yeah.
Oh, I like him.
Nice.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, this is my. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Feedback. 3, Michael Jackson. I just listened to Off the Wall. I love that. 4, dang. Yeah, Robert Kelly.
Say the government name.
You know, like you said, nobody beating them in the verses. We already know that. And last but not least, old Chris Brown.
Chris Breezy. What you got, Mike?
Al Green.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sit before the grits.
Oh my God.
Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. And Sister Act, she was singing, goddamn. You feel me? I'm talking about Lauryn Hill. Sister Act, goddamn. Definitely Usher. Who else? Jasmine Sullivan.
Yes. Love her.
And Prince.
What you got, Will?
Marvin Gaye.
All right.
Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan?
No, I ain't gonna say Charlie Wilson. But
Uncle Charlie.
Prince. What's that, 4?
That's 3.
3. All right. Jill Scott. Phyllis Hyman.
Oh, wow.
Phyllis Hyman.
Didn't see that one coming. Now ask a cop next.
I got one.
All is black.
Angie Stone.
How about that?
Peebo. Phyllis Hyman. I seen Anita Baker like 3 times in concert. If you go live, I don't think anybody touches her. Any of the great ones.
She good.
Live should be Patti LaBelle live. I'm not talking about the album sale. But live, you got to see her if you get opportunity. Plus, she's back on tour. I'm saying praises for her. And my last one, I say Barry White. I like Barry White.
Oh yeah, Married with a Man. All right, Bo Peep got Luther, John Legend, Marvin Gaye, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. He said it's Prince R&B, but my favorite. Okay, number 1 got Luther. She got Luther, and then she mentioned Luther. All right. My mom got Curtis Mayfield, Marvin Gaye, Otis Redding, Luther, Patti LaBelle. My Aunt Lean got Whitney Houston, Marvin Gaye, Ray Charles, Aretha Franklin, Barry White, Gladys Knight, James Brown. You just didn't worry about 5.
On and on and on.
Bo Peep said long Javerti, that Mississippi education, Bo Peep. Longevity, what he trying to say? Longevity means a lot.
I saw that.
That's that Mississippi education.
I don't know what that was. I saw that.
I did have it. I did have another one neat. Number 1, it was football related, so I skipped that one for the night. Let's see. Honorable mention Aretha Franklin. Bo Peep said Rachel Farrell also. Rochelle Farrell. That's what I get for pronouncing like he spelled it.
Mississippi.
She wanted to give another list. Stevie Wonder, Temptation, Shy Like Earthwood. Hey, this not the top of all time there. All right. Then that's everybody. All right. I got my girl Sade. Like you said, a live concert, her concert live, and she still, to me, probably has, next to Prince, has the best band I've ever seen live. That band is phenomenal. So I got Sade, I got Gerald Levert, I got one I ain't nobody heard tonight, Lionel Richie. Lionel Richie was that guy. Still, oh man.
Still that guy.
I listen to Lionel Richie. Hey, I listen to his greatest hits, boy, about once a week, man. Anytime I fly, that's what I'm listening to. That's 3. I gotta go with my man Prince. And last but not least, what number 1 was, she said Luther, her top 5, 6, and 7. I gotta go with Luther as well. And Big Luther. Big Luther was the man.
Can we give a round of applause to all this black excellence we just named?
All this black excellence, man. I'm talking about you couldn't go wrong with nobody. You know what I mean? You couldn't go wrong with nobody.
And the ones we missed, everybody missed.
Absolutely. So anyway, with that being said, Shell of a Man is what we're here tonight to celebrate. Can't wait for the play. September 25th.
Yes. Everybody in this room can come too.
I would definitely be there.
I plan on being there. I definitely want to see it again with this another cast. So you want to be in it? Oh,
okay,
snap! Get her group chat.
Yeah, I need another guy, so that's cool. Yeah.
She want the real shit.
She don't know white beater, Sean.
I don't know about you.
She don't have a gangster role, Sean. There's no need for a New York gangster.
I got you. That part, I know that's right.
Oh, you're right, Bo Peep. Stevie Wonder.
I'll write a special part for you right here.
You said Stevie? Okay.
You, yeah. What's your sign? Woo!
Leo.
That's a Leo.
Blue-eyed soul singer.
He's not.
Oh, she said no.
You're Leo.
You act like a Leo.
Here's Scorpio.
Not one of us.
Here's Scorpio.
Say you a Leo too.
You ain't no Leo. Look, they want to claim him. They all like them Leos stepping up. Like, no. We from the Leo coalition. He is not with us.
Hey, with that being said, Shovel Man, can't wait to see it.
Yes.
Everybody go check it out. September 25th. Classic Conversation with JT and Low.
And that's a cop.
And we out. You dig?
Conversation. conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way to rap. The record's gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way to rap. The record's gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way to rap. The record's gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way to rap. The record's gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way to rap. The record's gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way to rap. The record's gonna go.